Hello, Houstonville families. It's Miss Sublett, your school counselor. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Let me get myself situated. Here we go. Hello. So today we're going to do a lesson, and it is about the gift of friendship. As you know, we have been our theme this month has been the gift of friendship. So we're going to do a lesson, and we are going to learn how we can give the gift of friendship, and how to not be a friend, how you're missing the mark if you're doing these things. And as you know, if you are on the nice list for Christmas, you get a present. If you're on the naughty list, you get a lump of coal. So today we're going to use our present and our lump of coal, and instead of it being good or bad behavior, we're going to talk about good or bad characteristics for a friendship. So let's get started. I have my little Santa hat here, and it's got all kinds of characteristics of good and bad friends. And we're going to decide together what characteristic gets a present and what characteristic gets a lump of coal. All right, here we go. This one says, I can't be trusted. So if you can't be trusted and people are afraid to tell you secrets because they're afraid that you might go and tell and run and tell all the other kids, then you're probably not being a very good friend. So if you're not a trustworthy person, then you get a lump of coal. It's very important in a friendship to have trust. All right, let's get another one. I am fun to be around. That is very important in a friendship, because if you're gloomy all the time and your friend is feeling kind of sad or down and out, how are you supposed to make them feel better? If you're just gloomy and you're not a very fun person, then it's probably going to be hard to help your friend feel better. So if you're a fun person to be around, then you are a good friend and you get a gift for Christmas. It's a good friendship characteristic. Let's see. I can be non-judgmental. This is a very important one in order to be a good friend, because being non-judgmental means that you don't judge anyone based on their past mistakes. You don't judge them on the color of their skin, their religious views, how they dress, what they wear. You only judge them on their heart and their personality. And that's how we should always judge people, just based on what their inside is like and not their outside views. So if you can be non-judgmental, then you are a good friend and you get a present for Christmas. All right. I am honest with others, and I have to give you a little direction with this one, okay? Because being honest with your friends does not mean, oh my gosh, those shoes are ugly. Why would you wear those to school? Or that haircut looks awful. I cannot believe you let your mom do that to you. Being honest means telling the truth that doesn't cause pain. We don't ever want to tell truth that causes pain. We want to tell truth that is helpful. For example, if your friend is coming out of the classroom saying, that teacher, it's their fault that I failed that test, it's all their fault, blah, 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 just going on about it, blaming everybody else, it's a good friend to say, well, actually, you didn't study. Maybe next time try studying and maybe you'll do better. That's the kind of honesty that you want to have in order to be a good friend. So again, it is a good thing to be honest as long as it's a helpful kind of honest. So if you're a helpful, honest person, then you get a gift for Christmas. All right. Let's see here. I come first before anyone else. And what that means is that you put yourself first before you think of others. So do you think that if you don't think about anybody else but yourself, that that's being a very good friend? No, because thinking about others is the most important thing. Okay. We want to be a good friend. We want to check on our friends, make sure they're okay. We don't ever want to put ourselves before anybody. There's a time and place for that, but most of the time we want to be a good friend and be selfless. And that, my friends, is a bad thing. If you say, I come first before anyone else, I only care about me, then you get a lump of coal, because that is not being a very good friend. I don't like lumps of coal. All right. Out of sight, out of mind. Unfortunately, this can be a big one, because sometimes when we're not around a person a lot, we stop checking on them. We stop saying, hey, friend, how are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. I miss you. What's going on? I was just thinking about you. How are you? Checking on your friend is a good thing, even if they're not around you all the time. Sometimes it's easy to forget people that we don't see all the time, but we need to be mindful of that. We need to think about other people. So if you are out of sight, out of mind kind of friend, you get a lump of coal. That's not being a good friend. All right, what is next in Santa's hat? I am a good listener. I'm a good listener. That is a good thing. Sometimes this can be hard, because sometimes we want to say things. We want to tell stories, and we want people to listen to us all the time. But you always have your time to speak. And sometimes our friends just need us to use our ears and not our mouth. And there's a saying, you should, let's see, how does it go? You should listen. Something about not to respond or something. Anyway, sorry. I can't remember how it goes. Anyways, we should mindfully listen to people, not just to listen in order to respond. We want to listen to them and take their feelings into consideration. So if you are a good listener, then you are getting a present. All right, let's see here. I will judge you for your mistakes and everything else. So if you're going to be judgmental, I will judge you for your mistakes and everything, then you are not a good friend. Like we talked about before, we don't want to judge people based off of their mistakes, based off of the color of their skin, their religious views, their political views, how they dress, anything like that. Okay, we don't want to judge people based on outside appearances. We want to see people and get to know them for their heart, and for how their personality is and how they are on the inside. So, unfortunately, if you will judge people, you get a lump of coal. All right, let's see. I am positive and can see the good in people. That is so important. It is important to be positive, because if you constantly see the negative, you might drag your friends down. Maybe they're positive already, but you're negative, 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 negative. You might drag them down. And that's being a bad friend, because we want to make our friends better, not worse. We don't ever want to be the cause of our friends getting worse. So, if you're a positive person, then you get a present. All right, let's see this one. Oh, I am trustworthy. That's important, because what we talked about earlier about secrets and about doing things you say you're going to do. If you have a friend that tells your secrets and they do absolutely nothing they say they're going to do, they're not a good friend. Okay. But if you're trustworthy, then you get a present, because that is a good friendship characteristic. Oh, this is a bad one. This is one that is in schools a lot. And well, actually, there's a problem with this everywhere. But I spread rumors and I tell secrets. Rumors are bad. Rumors hurt people. Okay. Like, can hurt people very badly. So we never want to spread rumors. Okay. If you start rumors and you spread them and you tell secrets, then you are a very naughty friend. Okay. We don't want to do things like that. We want to be a good friend. So, rumor spreader, you get a lump of coal because that's not a good friend. All right. I am loyal. I am a loyal friend. Okay. So loyal friends mean that you're going to be there for them no matter what. If you're loyal to somebody and they come up to you and they say, if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, if you ditch your friend, you can be our first pick in kickball. Well, that's not being a loyal friend if you choose to be the first pick in kickball with the cool kids. You love your friend. You want to be there for them. You want to be loyal to them. You want to pick your friend over anything else. Okay. And if you do that, then you get a present because you are a good friend. I am dependable. This is a big one because dependable means that no matter what, you're going to be there. They can count on you for anything. They can rely on you to do what you say you're going to do. And being dependable usually means that you are able to put yourself before something that doesn't matter. Okay, so if you have the decision to go watch a movie or do this project to help your friend out, you're going to choose to do the project. Okay, that means you're dependable. They can depend on you for anything. And if you're a dependable friend, then you get a present. That is a good friendship characteristic. All right, we have a few left. Oh, this is my favorite word as a counselor. It's the most important word, I think, ever. If we all could do this, the world would be a better place. Empathy. You can show empathy to your friends, and really, we need to show empathy to everybody. A good example of empathy. Well, empathy means that you can put yourself in that person's situation and understand and feel what they feel. You could put yourself in their shoes. So, a good example of that would be maybe you go to a new school. In the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, even, you play by yourself, you eat by yourself, nobody is coming to be your friend, and it really hurts. A couple months later, you have new friends and you're getting along and you love your new school, but a new kid, a new student comes to school and now they're playing by themselves and they're eating by themselves. Well, you can show that person empathy because you know firsthand how they feel. So we always need to show our friends empathy, and we need to show everybody empathy, not just our friends. We need to show everyone empathy. Anyway, if you can show empathy, you get a present. Good job. All right. I show self-confidence. And when I first thought about this, I was like, what does self-confidence have to do with being a good friend? Well, if you're not self-confident and you're constantly worried about how you look, how you dress, how everything, maybe you're constantly asking your friend, hey, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that, or am I good at this, am I good at that, or, how do I look today? Maybe your friend will start to feel, well, what about me? Like, I'm always constantly trying to help you feel better about yourself, but what about me? So if you're already self-confident, then that will rub off on your friends as well. And we want to be our best self, so that way our friends can be their best selves. So if you are self-confident, you get a present. see. I think we have 2 left. Our Santa hat. Okay, so I am supportive through the good and the bad. This is kind of hard to understand, but we we don't want to support our friends only when they are sad, or maybe they got in trouble, or they're feeling a little down or depressed, or they have anxiety. We know we need to be a supportive friend during those times. We know our friends need us during the difficult times, but our friends also need us during the good times. They need someone to say, "Good job, buddy. Great. I'm so proud of you. Man, you did awesome in that game." Um, or just support them, maybe even if they get good grades, and maybe you didn't get such a good grade, and maybe you feel a little bit jealous of your friend who got 100%. But we need to be selfless again. We need to show them support, even though we're feeling kind of like, "Oh man, I wish I would have got 100." We're feeling maybe a little jealous. We still need to say, "But I'm happy for you. Good job." That's being a good friend, and that can be hard sometimes. But if you can do that, if you can support your friends through the good and the bad times, then you are a good friend and you get a present. All right, last. This is huge. I'm glad we saved this one for last because it's very important to be a good friend. This says, "I don't show up when you need me." So that's being a bad friend, okay? Whenever you're so involved with your own life that you can't see when a friend needs you, or maybe you can see it, but you don't care enough to be there for them. That's being a bad friend, okay? That's being a very naughty friend. You can almost forgive everything, okay? And we should forgive our friends because guess what? They're going to make mistakes. They're going to have lumps of coal sometimes, and that's okay. We forgive them. But you can almost forgive every lump of coal that's in here. But it's really hard to forgive a friend who's not there for you when you need them. Okay, it's very hard. Do I think you should forgive them? Yes, because we should have forgiveness in our heart. But do I think that you should let people hurt you over and over? No. Okay. So if your friend is not ever there for you when you're feeling hurt inside, then maybe it's time to move on. All right. And that is definitely a lump of coal friendship characteristic. And that is all that we have for our friendship characteristics today. I'm so happy you all tuned in to see my video. I hope you learned how to be a good friend. I hope you learned how to give the gift of friendship. And remember that the presents are the nice friendship characteristics, okay? So all those good things we talked about are what we should try to be as a friend, okay? But the lump of coals, we can learn from them, okay? We're always going to make mistakes. We're always going to maybe have a few lumps of coals in our friendship giving, but we can learn from them. We can say, "Oh no, that was bad of me. That wasn't a very good friend." We can apologize to our friend and we can make it up to him. We can start over. And that's what being a good friend is all about. So I hope you all have very happy holidays. And I can't wait to see you when you get back to school. Fingers crossed that we get to come back after Christmas break. Thank you for tuning in, and happy holidays, guys.